Hello, my name is Hassan. I'm the gym owner of Energie Fitness Archway. Here I am making a video, a review of the CRM system called Elan, and I'm making this review because I like talking about gym tech. And if you want to listen to more videos, give me a follow, and I'll be happy to talk about anything. If you need any automations made, any AI designed, I've been doing this for the last year or so for my business, and I love to talk about this stuff, and I love to design systems for businesses to help them succeed. Okay, so let's get straight into it. So let's talk about Elan. Elan is a CRM system, a very, not really well-known CRM system. So what we want to do today is we want to talk a little bit about it. We want to explore what it does, and it's a CRM system that we use at Energie Fitness, and I want to give it an honest review. So nothing held back. It's honest, completely honest. I'm going to say a lot of things which might not be very positive about the software, but it is how I've experienced it, and perhaps it will be of benefit to you. So let's starting off with a little bit of history about Elan. Okay, so Elan was developed in 2011, I believe, and around mid 2013, Energie started introducing it. Back then, Energie Fitness was called Clubwise. Energie Fitness was called Fit for Less, and the system that Energie used was called Clubwise. Energie wanted to move from Clubwise to Elan, so they, with the help of a former franchisee called David Vogue, they developed this system, and by mid 2015 all clubs had pretty much moved to Elan. Okay, and at first, during this movement process, the data migration process, naturally there were a lot of issues. There were a lot of issues in terms of member details not being passed correctly to Harlands, who are Hedgehogs or Elan's chosen payment provider. And these issues were pretty much really bad, to the point where these franchisees are actually still unhappy about how much money was lost and how difficult of a time they had during the migration from Clubwise to Elan. Eventually, now Elan is now in every single Energie Fitness gym. They are also in Xcelerate Gym franchises, and in some other small gyms, such as some leisure centers, such as Active Nation and some other leisure centers which are managed by which are run by the system. And there's literally no information online about the system, about Elan. If you search Elan, you Google it, you don't find anything. It's very much like a hidden thing. Unless you know, you don't know, right? Unless you've been told about it already by someone else, you won't know what Elan even is. So it's very much something which isn't marketed. There's no Google reviews. There's nothing out there, which is strange, because generally, if you have a software company and you're selling it as a service or whatever, you need new clients to make money, right? You need a steady flow of new clients. You want to grow. It doesn't seem like Elan or Hedgehog, who run Elan, who manage Elan, Hedgehog as a company, they really want to grow. So that is very strange to me. Essentially, it seems like there's no real development being done. There's no plan. There's nothing. Like, we don't know what kind of functionality they're going to introduce next, if anything. Let's talk about the features. So, membership management. Elan is primarily a membership management platform for gyms, and this is what sort of it looks like. Okay, so you can manage your memberships, you can add new members, you can add new prospects, you can do all sorts of things. You can communicate with members, and you can change member details. And we've got many thousands of members in our gym who are all in Elan. We've got ex-members, current members, we've got prospects, all of them on Elan. So it is as is with the primary functionality of the system. Access control management, it can integrate with access controls. So it integrates with using a Net2. It integrates with Paxton access control, I believe, which is what we have. So you can use a fob key to get into your gym, or you can use something else, such as some people use fingerprint, or they use Face ID, or they use something else, or even like a barcode. Anything works as long as they can integrate, and it integrates to a system, to an entry system called Paxton, using a software called Net2. So that's all complicated, but it works more or less some of the times. Integrated with DD systems, so with Harlands. Harlands is made by Xplor. Xplor is a huge software company, and they have a direct debit collection company called Harlands, who also manage direct debit collections of huge gyms chains like Gym Group. So Harlands is a very well known big company, all about direct debits. It allows you to make a timetable right? And to allow members to book onto that timetable for classes. So if I show you here, here's the class timetable. You can make a new class timetable. If I show you my current one, this is the one we have at our gym in Archway. These are the classes. I can see the bookings, I can see the capacity, I can see individual bookings, I can add new bookings, I can delete classes, I can do all sorts of things, right? So the class management system isn't too bad. It can crash every now and again, but generally it's not too bad. It works, right? It gets the job done. Reports. One of the things what Elan is that it allows you to make a lot of different types of reports. So reports in terms of, you can get reports on how many people have joined the gym between certain dates, how many people have left the gym on those dates. You can check member CRM, how you're doing in terms of your retention rates. Are you contacting members who aren't coming to the gym? You can see reports on notes. Are your employees making notes on member accounts, on prospect accounts? How many people are frozen? A freeze report, a report of member postcodes, so seeing where members are coming from, where they want to live. Reports on income from different sources such as joining fees, direct debit collections, paid in full memberships, and arrears as well. So you can run a plethora of different reports. You can even do reports on predicting sales, how many sales you're going to get at the end of the month based on your current run rate. So a lot of good reporting features available. KPI tracking, you can put your KPIs into the system, you can track them as you go through the month. If you're on target or if you're not, it tells you. Comms broadcasting by SMS and email, you can broadcast communications to your members, to your prospects, to anyone really, and you can do this all at once. Only thing is, it's a one-way SMS, so the SMS itself is one way. Of course the email you can get reply, but the SMS is one way, so you can't talk to people via SMS. They can't reply to it, so no reply. So that's the downside, but you can use that feature for a lot of different things, for sales, for closeout offers, which we do. Point of sale, POS, it has a very basic POS system. I won't even call it a POS system because it doesn't integrate with the terminal, but I'll talk about that in a moment. Booking calendar. So it's got booking calendar for appointments now. You can book appointments for prospects on this calendar. It looks like this. It's not a very nice looking calendar. It looks like this. It looks like some sort of Excel sheet. It's not really friendly. It's kind of really quite ugly. I don't like using it, but it's there if you really want to. If you're desperate, you need a booking calendar, you want to book some appointments, you got nothing else to use, go ahead and use this if you really need to. Prospect CRM. It's got a very basic prospect CRM system. It's like a 10-year-old one. It's very doesn't do much in terms of automation, doesn't do much in terms of tracking or following up with leads, or even you can't even manage your leads properly. So it's very basic, it's hard to use, it's kind of broken at some points, it's just really inconvenient, not very well thought out. Member CRM for retention. So there is a member CRM system, which means that you can see you can see members who haven't come to the gym for 7 days, you can give them for 16 days. You can see members who haven't come to the gym for 16 days or 21 days, you can give them a call, or you can call new members who joined 1 week ago or a few days ago, give them a call as well, basically to book the people in for inductions so that they stay as members longer, which every single gym nowadays in the industry is going for, right? Every gym is focusing on retention because we know how difficult it is to have a high churn rate, right? So it can help you with some parts of retention if your team is really on doing phone calls on a daily basis and getting to members on the phone and talking to them and really trying to get to know them and to get them in the gym, so that higher visit frequency essentially means higher longer memberships, right? Arrears follow-up, so it does have some automations for following up with arrears. These are decent. They're like automated SMS and emails which get sent out before that member is passed on to Harlands for arrears collection. They're good. Members mostly, if a member doesn't want to pay, they'll just ignore those, but they are there to help you out, to make life easier for you so that you don't end up calling everyone who's in arrears. You can raise tickets for support tickets via the help desk. This is what it looks like. You go on the page, you add new issue, raise a new support ticket, you can talk to a member, you can raise a support ticket, and you can basically allow you to very easily raise any issues, and they do get back to you quite quickly, so which is good. Next, we'll go on the good parts of Elan. Let's start with the good, why not? Lots of reports that can help measure performance. Like I said, loads of reporting. That's one of the best features. Can create an unlimited number of contacts and staff. So unlike HubSpot, unlike Salesforce, you're not going to pay extra for having more staff members or more users, or you're not going to pay extra to even have more contacts. Like, there's no limit on the contacts. You probably have tens of thousands of contacts on Elan, tens of thousands of prospects and ex-members. So it's easy for us that we don't have to worry about extra overheads because we have more people in the system. Integrates with the eGym app. So we have an eGym app which we use for our gym, all Energie Fitness gyms do. And this app allows members to book classes, it allows them to look at live capacity. This all integrates with Elan, which is great. So you can get that as well. There is an added cost to that though. The help desk usually responds to tickets quite quickly. So help desk is helpful. They do respond quickly. You can give them a call during staffed hours and you can speak to them and they will help you as much as they can. So they are quite good at that. The included member CRM system is good. It's good that they have that, right? It's not the best system, but it's good that you can actually monitor your member CRM. You can monitor if your staff are engaging with members, if they're talking to members who aren't coming to the gym, if you are making an active effort to improve your retention. Member details are easy to access and update. Generally member emails, phone numbers, these small details, addresses, these are easy to update. You can also update their direct debit details, which isn't as easy, and sometimes the information doesn't get passed to handlers properly. But generally it's quite easy to update member details. Okay. Now let's go to the bad. I'm rushing through this just because I want to keep your attention. I want to make sure that you're getting your value for your time here. So I do want to just go through this as much as I can and let you make an informed judgment on what you'd like to do, if you like to go with the system, if you like to research further. But let's go for the bad now. The system is very slow and can cause issues when you need it most. Okay, so when a member comes in, he wants to sign up, they want to sign up, and you're sitting there, you're trying to sign them up, and Elan is crashing. This is the worst thing that can ever happen, and it does happen quite often, more often than it should. And this means that sometimes you can lose money, you can lose a sale, and that's something that no CRM system should ever do. A CRM system is designed to make your life easier, not to make you lose sales or make your life more difficult. So this is a major flaw. It's been reported many times, not just by me, but by other energy franchisees, by other gyms using Elan. The Prospect CRM is very poorly designed. It's like 10 years old. It needs to be updated. There's no real automations. There's no real ability to talk to people. There's no two-way SMS. So I wouldn't rely on the Prospect CRM. If you're going to go with Elan, you're going to need a separate Prospect CRM system if you want sales as well. Member CRM has no automation for communication to be sent to non-attending members. Member CRM is great, right? You want to be able to track who isn't coming to the gym. You want to be able to talk to them. But we need the process to be a little bit automated as well, because essentially a gym like my gym has 1,000 members or more. So we can't call 1,000 or so 500-600 members every month and get them engaged in the gym manually. We just can't call that volume of people because we have prospect calls to do. We have a lot of other things to do. So if there's some automations telling people, hey, you didn't come in for this much of time, why don't you come in, get you booked in for an induction, that sort of stuff should be automated, and it's very easy to do. I don't know why Hedgehog don't make a simple automation system for that. Every other CRM does do that. Any other CRM you'll contact will have automations for improving your retention. First thing about Elan probably is that there's no open API. How can there be no open API? It doesn't integrate with any other apps unless you ask Hedgehog to do a custom integration for you, which is going to cost you a lot of money. So no means that you're relying solely on Elan for all technology. You can't leverage the tech for improving your current system, your current sales system. Extremely ineffective integration between Elan and Harlands. Harlands is the payment collection company, and sadly, the connection between Elan and Harlands is pretty much broken. It doesn't really work very well, because the thing is, there's no API. So what Elan does is they send individual files of member details to Harlands, and obviously this isn't going to work well, because how can you if it's not automated, how are the files going to get to Harlands perfectly? Sometimes it's missing files. Sometimes Harlands doesn't know the member even exists. Many times Harlands won't charge a member, and you'll be giving memberships out for free. It's an early offer situation that it happens every single month to almost every gym. For us, it's happened anyway, many times. The POS, payment on sale, is pretty much redundant, as the system doesn't integrate with the terminal. It's not like you have a WorldPay terminal. You take cash payment, or you take card payment there, and it goes instantly into the system, and the system will know, okay, John, he's paid his arrears of $24.99, therefore we're not going to chase for arrears anymore. It's not like you take a payment and it knows, oh, this guy signed up, here's his payment. You have to manually enter the payments into the system. There's no integration between your POS system, POS terminal, and Elan. So there's no real POS, if I'm going to be brutally honest with you. So I would be careful to rely on Elan for any POS activities. You're going to have to get a separate terminal and manually enter everything into the system. There's no ability to take payments upon sale. The first payment comes out by direct debit. This is a huge gripe I have. Like, how, when someone buys something from you, any service, any product, they pay you upfront for it, right? Unless you're getting something on credit, which we aren't doing. So why is it that when someone signs up to our gym, to any gym using Elan, the payment doesn't come out upon sign up? It comes out 2 weeks after via direct debit, which is not only confusing for the member because they don't understand why they haven't been charged a lot of the time, but it also means that in 2 weeks' time, the member can use your gym, they can cancel their direct debit, and you'll end up with no money, and a member who's used your gym and who's disappeared, right? This does happen, and it's something which could easily be avoided. If I was to ever create a software for gyms, the first thing I would do, I would make sure that my clients, my gyms, can actually get paid for their memberships. Like, forget everything else. At least what the payments are, so we can get paid for our people signing up to our gym. So that's something which is not very good. And basically, in conclusion, I know I've said a lot of bad things. There are good things about Elan. As a membership management system, it's not bad, but as a sales system, it's not fit for purpose, essentially. In conclusion, I'd say while Elan offers decent membership management functionality, it's got several shortcomings in speed. It's slow, crashes. In design, looks quite ugly, looks quite old, not very friendly. The UI isn't very friendly for the user. And interoperability with other apps, it doesn't integrate with other applications, which is a real headache, because how are you supposed to rely on a company, Hedgehog, which isn't updating Elan, which isn't introducing anything new, and at the same time you can't leverage other technology to improve your sales and to improve your current system. So yeah, sorry I went through this so quickly. I just really wanted to get through this. It's a video I've been wanting to make for a while, and I really wanted to get that information out there. If you're thinking about using Elan, if you're one of the 1 in maybe a million people who've heard of it, then I hope that this information has been useful for you. I'm happy to talk more. If you need any sort of custom solution made in terms of sales, systems, or automations, or AI, feel free to contact me. That's what I do. That's what I've done for my own business. And yeah, follow me on Instagram, follow me on YouTube, and I can't wait to see you at the next video. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it.